In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Professor Iqbal Malik here, once again with the smart video on essay writing specifically for the CSS aspirants. The students of all other grades, they may also benefit. This smart video is to deal with the problems and the difficulties that the candidates face at the time of preparation. All these guidelines and supports are there to equip you well to be competent enough to deal with the essay writing paper at the time of examination. Here, through your expression, your all the plus points and the strengths are exposed in your paper, and you will have to make best use of your potential here. But at the time of preparation, there are certain issues that the individual student has to identify. These are the helping material for you to identify and then to make strategies to solve these problems. I have tried to make strategies first to identify so that the student is able to train his mind and to educate his mind to devise strategies to get out of that difficult situation. For that matter, you just see at the time of preparation, you are under the burden of this life and death issue that the importance of essay paper, although it is true that the importance of essay writing paper cannot be overemphasized, it is true, but it should not make burden upon your mind and or your capabilities so that you are not able to even deal with this question, this paper. So for that matter, you just see here, I have enlisted certain things. Here you see the consciousness becomes over consciousness, and then it generates fear factor in the mind of the candidates, meaning thereby that the importance of essay writing paper, you are under the pressure of that importance, and then you are over consciousness under the pressure, and then it generates fear. Because of fear, you cannot make use of your potential, and then you cannot prepare well. And then you keep in mind, and the efforts and practices, they beat the weaknesses. Here, next point is, first try to, even in your daily life, you come across certain topics on daily basis, you try to deconstruct the topic. So this is a sort of analysis to understand the spirit, to grasp the spirit of that topic. Otherwise, you would not be able to just take the particular angle that is demanded in the topic. Here, you try to deconstruct, means to analyze it by isolating its pieces so that you try to identify where the main focus is. And then time management in your day-to-day affairs, you must be able to manage your time according to the situation. And the next is, the best material available to you is past papers. And you just take past papers with you and start practicing, making outlines, followed by then short essays, followed by full length essays. Here, the students practice, but not for full-fledged essays. He or she sits down, just takes concept from the question paper, and then tries to write it in short form. I says, no, you first try to go for short essays, but then full length essays. Even if you have got 2, 3, 4 months, practice makes the person perfect. Here, then the topic selection, you make it your daily practice that out of all these several topics, which is most, which is aligned with my capabilities. Then it is not that out of those 10, for the first time, you take this is the topic of my choice. No, you first narrow down all these things. Out of all those 10, maybe 3, 4, 5, you immediately detach from those 4, 5 because they are not of your choice. But here, you narrow down, come up with 4, 3 topics, and then try to make a mental outline in your mind so that you can make a roadmap for yourself before selection. And then this outline is, working in your mind in order to make good selection and the appropriate selection according to your own potential. And then make outline of your choice in your mind, and then afterwards you select it in the after proper reflection. Once you come to the conclusion, after having analyzed the topic bit by bit, and then where is the main focus, where is the secondary focus, what is the context, how does it contextualize your work. So in this way you try to understand these things. And then in order to give a solid example, out of 2023 papers, the second topic was the one who uses force is afraid of reasoning. This was the topic given there. The individual, the person who uses force, it means the use of force is there, is afraid of, the element of fear is there, of reasoning. The use of force, the use of reasoning, and the matter of fear. He is perhaps fearful of the reasoning that perhaps I would not be able to, win this discussion, win this debate, dialogue. So that is why he or she uses force. Here, force versus reasoning. And then fear of motivation, and fear becomes motivation to use force. And then the context is left open for you. You just take these two variables, contextualize it in any socio-political context, and then try to find out that the one who uses force is afraid of reasoning. And then for this, you will first have to make an opening topic sentence. You see here, the one who uses force is afraid of reasoning. Topic sentence is the reflection of your this topic. It becomes evident that those who resort to force do so not out of strength. Here, he is negating the aspect of strength, but from a deep-seated fear of being challenged through reasoning. If I go for reasoning, I will be challenged. So out of this fear, he is using force. Next is the preference for force over reasoning highlights a fundamental fear of vulnerability. I would be vulnerable while coming towards dialogue. As individuals and groups seek to assert control, now the other thing also comes here. Rather than confront the complexities of rational dialogue, it means by one way or the other, you try to win, you try to overpower, you try to make your hegemony, you try to dominate. So that is why you don't come to rational dialogue. It means this fear of losing game motivates you, convinces you to use force. So this is how you practice on daily basis, and then before exam you would be competent to deal with this. Now certain strategies are there. Writing practice. Our students prepare, take guidance, read, and then make points. Maybe they even prepare outlines, but don't practice wholeheartedly. Preparation through practice for this paper specifically. The standpoint with you is past papers. You on every subject of life, you try to have thesis statement with you. You try to have potential to dissect it, to analyze it, to deconstruct it bit by bit, so that you just get at the central focus and then understand the topic. The main focus, the secondary focus, the context, the social network, or other framework that are there in the topic. But sometimes they contextualize it in temporal or spatial meaning. But sometimes this framework is left open for you. Then brainstorming, you try to make data in a proper order, and then actual writing. Actual writing means you first try to write smaller essays and then full-fledged essays. Then the next is evaluation. You get it evaluated from any teacher. And then you discuss things with your colleagues, with your friends, and with your teacher even. If you keep on this practice, then there is no reason that you would, overpower your weaknesses. And this way, ultimately, you would be competent to deal with this essay writing paper. So that's all for now. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.